Happy Friday, everyone! It's Alicia, and welcome back to my channel. And I am super excited because this morning I am doing a sneak peek at my swap with Danielle, and this time I'm showing you an original Alicia Wagman creation. Okay, folks, so you know that I learned a lot from watching Craftingwithliller and Craftykimchi, and I have been dying to do a Maggie Holmes swap. Well, folks, I have designed something that my husband calls the Crazy Project, because he thinks only an insane person would take the time to make these. And what they are, folks, they are Willow Lane Carnival type flags. And here's one that will give you a chance to really see what I've done, because this is one of the ones I'm sending Danielle without a sentiment so that she can dress this up herself. And I'm going to speak to that in a minute. But what you'll see I've done, folks, is, first of all, these were super flimsy. I had to build these up. They are now so thick, they're thicker than my Memdex cards. Okay? And I'm going to tell you how I did that. Basically what I did was I created a regular flag, as you can see, with paper on the back. Each one is different. Some of them I did both sides, folks, if I thought it warranted, and some of them I left like this. Okay. And then what I did was I did that Shara crane tearing method, believe it or not, for this tiny little thing. Layered up all different Maggie Holmes paper that all coordinated together, and then I painted this gold, and then I dressed it with gold glitter. On my crappy camera you will probably not see. Now remember I needed that gold accent paint? Well, this is for one of those things that I needed it. Now you know what I was using that for. So this has gold metallic accent paint, and then it also has some gold glitter adhered to it. And then I did that tearing method, attached each sheet. Then, of course, I satin varnished it on top to make sure that those papers were sealed. I attached a little Willow Holmes sticker using art glitter glue. Now, folks, I love art glitter glue if you know exactly where you're going to place something. When I know exactly where I'm going to place it, I am using art glitter glue because it's phenomenal glue. When I'm not so sure and I want it to move around a little bit, I'm using that Tombow Mono because it gives me a little bit more time to move it around. Something important to know for beginning crafters. When I was first beginning, I didn't have the confidence to sort of know and pre-plan. So let's say I didn't know I wanted this with this, then I would use the Tombow because you have a little bit of time. With art glitter glue, folks, you don't have any time. So you've got to get it down and that's it, pretty much. And folks, I know everyone uses tweezers to do all this miniature stuff. I don't like the tweezers. I've tried them. I'm just a messy girl. I prefer to use my hands. There's some kind of relationship between my head and my making hands, and so I feel like I do a better job. Now, what about these little tiny pom-poms that I've been hauling that I love? Now, you know what I think they're good for. One of the things I think they're good for. How did I get that on there? Well, my method's a little funky, folks. I am in the Middle East, so I'm going to tell you what I did. I took a metal shish kebab skewer, a little tiny one, and I put it through the pom-pom to make sure that I made a divot inside the pom-pom. Then I took a toothpick and I dunked it in my EC6000. Now you know why I had EC6000 on my hands the other day. And that's because EC6000 is even stronger than fabric tack, but it stains the crap out of stuff. So you have to be super, super careful when you're using it, folks. So I was really careful, and then I stuck the tip of this inside the pom-pom to make sure that these little guys won't come off. So folks, I made Danielle a whole bunch of these. I did a bunch that are not adorned, so they just have a little Maggie Holmes piece on them like that. And then I made her a couple that have a sentiment and have a little attachment, a little sticker from Willow Lane. And the reason for that, folks, is when you're doing a swap with someone, even if you've studied their aesthetic, and I've definitely studied Miss Danielle's aesthetic, although it is wide-ranging, folks. She can do anything from Maggie Holmes to vintage, to Alice in Wonderland-esque. Did you see her new mermaid project? It's really amazing. You should take a look at it. So, folks, she can do a lot, but even if you study someone's aesthetic, you don't necessarily know what they're going to use the ephemera that you make for them. You don't know what they're going to use it for. So I like to make a bunch that are plain, or more plain, like these were just the little faces on there, so that Miss Danielle can decide, is she going to add a little bling? See, I like Willow Lane, with all this going on with the shredded paper, I like Willow Lane just as is, like this plain. I looked at putting a few enamel dots. If I had my stickles, I may have used them, but the enamel dots were too much, folks, and you know I'm not about the bling, so I wasn't going to add any jemmies. But that doesn't mean that Miss Danielle doesn't want to. So I made a bunch like this that were more plain so that she can dress them up herself. And that, folks, is Alicia's invention of Willow Lane Carnival-like flags with these cute little pom-poms. It's my first time ever sharing an Alicia invention besides that crazy tasseled Memdex the other day. But folks, this is really my aesthetic. And I'm going to share something with you. I am a very slow maker. And I mean slow. Okay? And I'm even slower packager. Aren't they cute though? Look at the bags. I love them. I love these so much, Danielle. I've been waiting to make these for someone. I'm a really slow maker. And here's my challenge. I'm also like a messy maker. So these, guys, this took a lot of cleaning up and fussy cutting of these raw edges. Like this one I wanted to leave a bit more raw. But folks, I had to perfect these. And that was, that was tough on me because I am not look how perfect that one is. Shocking. Shocking that I got them this clean, folks. I mean, this is not me, but I'll tell you how I did it. I have learned that the reason I love Craftykimchi and Craftingwithliller and Alicia Love Letter Generation is that their work is precisely detailed. It's the same reason why I love Carmen's work, right? And everything she made me in the swap. I love this kind of work, but I am so slow that for me to make something this ornate took forever. Because, first I had to build the flag, then I had to do the shredding, then I had to do the varnishing, then I had to do the pom-pom adhesion, I had to do the painting of the stick, I had to do the glittering of the stick, then I had to do the sealing of the stick. Yes, they're super sturdy. Yes, they're very well made. Yeah, this pom-pom's not coming off. But folks, that takes an enormous amount of work and care and time. And as Craftykimchi Ann has often said, she makes her stuff, goes back, makes her stuff, goes back. I have learned to be a more patient creator from watching her. Because, at first I think I was a little look how cute they are. They're so stinking cute. I was a little frustrated at first because, Crafting with Lily, you watch a Crafting with Me session and she can just make something beautiful in like one session. I'm never going to be that maker. Sabrina can do that. I cannot. Danielle can do that. It's crazy. Danielle does all these Craft with Me sessions. I can't do that. These were a labor of love. My husband calls them really a project only a crazy person could love. He's like, I don't get you people. You buy all this fancy paper, then you rip it to shreds, then you re-glue it back on, then you put all this stuff on top of it, you even cover it up afterwards. Why the heck would you have spent hours doing this just to cover it up? And I'm like, you don't get it, honey, that's the whole point. That's why it looks so stinking cute. So for me to make something like this takes a really long time. So folks, if you ever swap with me, just know I need at least a month, and sometimes I need longer because, like, seriously, this takes a long time to craft for somebody. At least for me. And don't even ask. Now I still have to package it. I was hoping to get everything done by today. There's no way, folks. I am the slowest packager. There's no way. I don't know what I was thinking. I've already warned my girlfriend who's coming to visit that I need some time to package. I'm just really slow. Because I don't want to send you something that isn't as cute as this. Right? If I'm actually going to send it to you, this is what I want to send you. As Katie, Sabrina's daughter, says, Alicia takes swapping seriously. So, I made that Memdex card for Mem for Nye the other day because I really wanted to support her. And I stepped way out of my comfort zone. But folks, when I swap, I do take this really seriously, as you can see. And I'm suddenly like precision girl, okay? Now, I want to show you, I did test out what it would look like on crepe paper too, like layered up on a fan. And I didn't love it as much. I thought there was a whole lot going on. But I thought I would show you because Adriana Alvarez, that really amazing maker, has sort of shown us how we can build up texture using different fans. And I don't think it's bad. Like, I'm actually going to use this in a project, part of the project with Danielle. But I didn't love it as much as when I built this. So, I think like you have to figure this out. Sometimes you want extra layering and sometimes you don't. There's a whole lot going on here in person. So when you see them up close, you sort of have to make that decision for yourself. All right, folks, that's a whole lot of project sharing. I am super excited for Danielle to get these because I know she loves Maggie Holmes as much as I do. And so to have these will be super fun. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I also sanded the ends so that they weren't so sharp. So that's it, folks. Alicia's invented Maggie Holmes Carnival-esque flags. And then the last thing I want to share with you is I found a use. I'm so excited. I found a use for that crazy, glittery, over-the-top, shiny stuff that Mod Podge. Look, folks, I'm hoping in the light here you can see it. So these are my dollar store rosettes made with the dollar store crepe paper, right? And I made a bunch of these for my project with Danielle, as well as some of the pink ones and the silver. Folks, I don't know if you can see, but I glittered it up, and then I put some of that crazy shiny Mod Podge on it. And in life, these look fantastic. Now you do have to be careful when putting any Mod Podge on crepe paper that's this thin. This is not good quality like my pink one, folks, which is why I wanted to use the Mod Podge. But folks, it actually, as long as you're careful, it won't tear. It almost tore at one point. I had to be really careful. But afterwards, it like almost triple thicked it up. It did a nice job of protecting the crepe paper. And now you can see, in real life, you can see the glitter much more. So it actually made these rosettes better. So I have found a use for that crazy high gloss Mod Podge. Yay, Mod Podge. Had to share that with you. All right, and my last thought. You know, I've been wondering for months now what the difference is between crafting and being an artist. Because, you know, as you know, I've been making things my whole life, and I do teach art, but it's a different kind of art. And I do teach writing, which is also an art form. So I was like, what is the difference? So I've looked up a whole bunch of traditional dictionary definitions of crafting and artistry. And folks, there's so little difference. Do you want to know what the difference is? A crafter is someone who has an artistic skill, an exceptional, that's what it says, exceptional artistic skill, and uses that to create something for trade. In other words, something they can sell. And an artist is someone with exceptional artistic skill who doesn't necessarily sell stuff. So I don't know if I'm a crafter or an artist. I don't have any intention of ever selling my products, ever. But I think I'm a crafty artist. Maybe I'm an artful crafter. There you go, I'm an artful crafter. That's what I am, folks, I've decided. And that's my last little bit of news for today. Thanks so much for watching this project share. Danielle, I hope you love these. I so love these. I love miniature things, folks, and I love making them for other people. And that's it for now. Take care, bye.